talk about the Opus 30 sonatas. So Beethoven actually wrote Sonatas 6, 7 and 8 during a very troubled time in his life. He was at this point coming to terms with the fact that he was going deaf. He wrote what we now call the Heiligenstadt Testament, which is a letter to his brothers. He was explaining to his brothers that he was so depressed that he was contemplating suicide, but he had decided to live for the sake of his art and compose music. So let's think about these sonatas. To what extent do you think we should read Beethoven's personal life story into these sonatas? Because actually number 6 and 8 are such positive works.
There are actually two questions in this question that you ask. The first question has to do with whether Beethoven's life affected his music. And to that question, I would say definitely yes. Because I think as human beings, everything we do is colored by everything that's going on around us. For sure, I mean, his struggle with deafness is a big deal to Beethoven. So I think the second question is whether it serves us as modern musicians, as people living in the 20th century, playing Beethoven's music, no doubt. But to really try to read into Beethoven's life and put that in our interpretation of Beethoven's music today. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think the greatest thing that Beethoven gave us was a reflection of humanity and the things that went through his life and how he's able to create what he created, and by searching for the meaning of art through this whole process of creation, and also to turn into nature and to find meaning in life through that.
I think that really sums up why people turn to music, to art, to make sense of life, because life is complex and art and music is not one-dimensional, and so we have this array of emotions and experiences reflected in the music. Let's talk about Sonata number 7, the stormiest one of the set, perhaps the most personal in some ways. It's in C minor, and we associate Beethoven and certain keys with like heroism, with this sense of personal tragedy. What do you guys make of that?
So I think definitely Beethoven has associations between certain keys and different characters and colors. Nowadays we play on instruments which are equal tempered. So from one key to another, they all sound roughly the same. But that wasn't really the case in Beethoven's time.
And also tuning has sort of inched upwards since his time.
Yes.
So what we think is C minor now is different from...
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, I've always been fascinated. Like, we always talk about number 7 as being super stormy, but there's also a really upbeat march in there as well, right? The ba-bum, bum, ba-dum, right? And I guess Beethoven has always been sort of been fascinated by all of the wars and battles that's occurring around the region.